Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hundoke with Reverend Yutaki Yamada. Today being Saturday, the 21st of August, or the 14th day of July in the 9th year of Chongalguk. So let's begin by offering a bow to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chariot, Jombe, Haro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가족만세 7. 천일국 주인 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심존 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 7. Our family, the owner of Chongalguk, pledges through living for the sake of others to perfect the world based on the culture of heart, which is rooted in the original lineage by centering on true love. Yeah, I wonder if Trin could offer our opening prayer.
Morning, Heavenly God and true parents. We gather here as your family and as your members, as brothers and sisters. I'd like to thank you for the time that we have and the grace of your presence. Pray for all the families that are struggling in this time, that have lost family members. We pray for our church community around the world. Pray for True Mother and all the members around the world, for the true family, true children, and members who have kind of faltered in their ways and have lost their strength. We pray that in this time of lockdown and this time of reevaluation our lives, realize what's most important to us. And as we spend this time to really go deep down in your words, to open our hearts and our minds, to learn the words of true Father and true parents, to revitalize our spirit and our strength, and to unite us together with true parents, and especially True Mother this time. And we pray for North Korea and South Korea, that they can journey on their path to realize a united nation, united world, so that we can begin the peace process. We pray for our second generation and all the young members and all the newly blessed couples, that they journey in the path in creating a wonderful family that true parents have pioneered for us. We pray for our church community, that we become strengthened and that we become united. I pray for those who are also preparing for the blessing journey, especially all the young members. They train and prepare themselves. I'd like to report this prayer on behalf of all of us in True Parents' name. Jew.
Thank you. Thank you. And let's offer a warm welcome, as always, to Reverend Yutaka as he shares with us this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, our brothers and sisters. Thank you for coming this morning from the K. We are really grateful. Today is already Saturday. 1 week is really fast. Nearly end of week, and we will start the new week again from tomorrow. So we will reflect what kind of things we had during this week and what kind of amazing things was happened by guidance with our heavenly parents and true parents. So let's offer our sincere heart and prayer and let's create really our new moment. So we will start our fundakke. Yesterday, we had a second day of ILC. So I saw many of our brothers and sisters from Oceania. You also participated. So thank you for your participation. Yesterday, really also second day, we had a great time. So after our end of our fundakke, also you could share what you learn or realize, or you also comment about ILC. Then I think also good. So yesterday, many speakers gave the important insight and also message. Or even some people also share about Afghanistan situation. Even those countries still are facing not easy, but we have to prepare well for Korean Peninsula also. So some speaker also told like this: we should avoid those conflict or difficult situation when we organize to process unification between North and South Korea. And also end of yesterday's ILC, in the closing ceremony session, our chairman of Asian Pacific chairman of UPF of Asian Pacific, Honorable Ekna, also announced that September 12th is the 16th anniversary of inauguration of UPF. So almost 16 years it has passed. Then the 7th Rally of Hope will be held. And at the time, as the guest speaker, the former President of America, our President Donald Trump, he also already prepared and also agreed to speak. Anyway, now preparing, but already he announced the closing ceremony time. So President Trump also will speak in the Rally of Hope time. And also some another leader also is now preparing to come. So centering on the unification, peaceful unification, reunification of Korean Peninsula, really the world leader come together centering on our true mother. So as the political leader, it's not easy to use own name and join together. So usually before joining those activity, event, conference, or anything, they will research everything and they determine to come even together with their name. So not only America, even the head of states, current or former, or many religious leader, business leader come together with their name, together with our Mother Moon, for the peaceful reunification and also the peace of the world. So we could see there is really many changing and also transforming a point. So testify our heavenly parents, testify true parents, and also true mother totally leading in front of us, in front of the world, together with vision of heavenly unified Korea and heavenly unified world, and testify our heavenly parents and leader and people also come together. How much this is important and meaningful and great moment we have. So all things is not happen accidentally. Of course, there is some responsibility as the central figure or each person's portion of responsibility. But in the same time, totally now era was changing, and under the proclamation of the Chonilkuk, God is also guiding directly. That's why we are standing the big transition period centering on God's providence. So we are standing in the same position together with our true mother. We continuously go to testify our heavenly parents, testify true parents, and to create the substantial Chonilkuk. This is the way we should go, and this is the way we are standing now. So we put our sincere heart and devotion and Chonsong and unite with True Mother, and let's go forward. So today also, Let's continue to read our True Mother's autobiography, Mother of Peace. So yesterday we share about meeting with True Mother. Always met our members and leaders and share the things which True Mother have about mother's things, about True Father's things, clothes, or several things to distribute and share to our leaders and our members. And wherever True Mother saw the difficult person in each area, each society and nation, continuously also love them, embrace them, and give the things and support. That's why Mother established the IRFF and to help and organize the project. One more foundation is also one of them, right? And also Mother asked us and asked the people, what comes first, life or love? So this message or this question sounds simple question, but if we didn't think detail or deeply, actually it's not easy to get the answer. Simple but actually deep question. So when you meet the people, maybe you can also ask this question to the people. What comes first, life or love? This is, I think, good sentence to start to speak, start to have the conversation with another peoples. Then we can also give the guidance or also message of our true parents and heavenly parents and the concept of our God's creation and divine principle. So what comes first, life or love? So Mother emphasized how much the love is important. Love comes first. Because of parents' love, we are here. Because of God's love, we are also here. So let's continue to the Mother's autobiography. I am talking about eternal and unconditional love, true love, not temporary, conditional love. To find true happiness, we need to practice true love. True love means living for the sake of others, serving others, not being served. True love means to forgive endlessly. Jesus told us to forgive 70 times 7 times. Even when he was nailed to the cross and soldiers were piercing his body with spears, Jesus entreated God, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So Mother talking about love. So what kind of love True Mother is talking? This love is not temporary or conditional love. This love is eternal love, and this love is true love. So Jesus showed us what is true love. Even the person who tried to kill me, but Jesus tried, embrace and ask God, please forgive them, please love them. So can you imagine our Jesus' life? Jesus himself also, he has own life. And he have also, of course, he has a dream or vision to save and also liberate God, liberate human beings. But he also, he might have own dream, own life, and own vision and own wishes. Even his family could not unite with Jesus, but he has also the family. But when he went to the crucify, he lost everything. He lost the life. He lost the vision. He could not fulfill life. He could not fulfill his vision and dream, everything. And because the person who Jesus believed, trust, and invest, but because of them he was betrayed and he lost everything. But what was his action? Instead of curse them, Jesus loved them, and Jesus also asked God to forgive them. So how we can feel those deep heart and deep love. This is really the world of love, world of true love. And this is this world, this heart of true love, true mother is sharing us, and true father was also showing us. My husband once saved the life of a Japanese prison guard who had severely tortured him. The torture took place at the police station in Gyeonggi province of Korea during the Japanese colonial rule. When Korea was liberated in 1945, this policeman could not find a way to return to Japan. He went into hiding, but some Koreans found him and were intent on killing him. The policeman Kumada Hara was only hours away from death when my husband heard of the plot. He took it upon himself to free Mr. Hara and get him on a small boat heading out of the country in the middle of the night. So true father life also had the similar life. Under the Japanese occupation, he received the severe torture and he went to the suffering way under the torturing that time. But after ending the World War II, what was happened? That before that, Japanese occupied and gave the severe or serious things to Korean people. But after ending World War II, oppositely, some Korean people's resentment toward to Japanese people, and in Korea, even also Manchuria, China, many Japanese people also could not escape the country, and many people were killed also that time. So how about the true father? Even true father faced the torturing by Japanese guard directly that time, and also many Korean are really resentment to Japanese people that time. But true father had that one, and he went there and he saved that person and released him to send to Japan. So instead of revenge the people, father forgive and love, and also mother forgave and also love and invest. Because of those heart, also we could see many Japanese blessed family members come together to true father and true mother and offer their life, even throw away, abandon their own family, and to offer their life to the mission to the world and mission to our heavenly parents and true parents. And I had some kind of story. Still, this Mr. Hara that time was living in Japan, and our staff in international headquarters, they went to meet that person and receive the testimony. So he also had remembered about the meeting with true father and really appreciated to true father. So when we see our true father's life, through his life, we could see how true father invested in love and show how to love the enemy, even who had tortured him. So we could see how important, how much difficult, and how much deep things to love the enemy who directly attack you, persecute you, torture you, and make you to be difficult. So Mother said, the capacity to forgive your enemy and save his or her life does not appear overnight. It requires that we eliminate the resentment and anger in our hearts and see that countenance of God in the face of our enemy. Father Moon could do so because he did not think of Mr. Hala as his enemy. Even while being tortured, he prayed for him and forgave him. This is only possible when you lead a selfless life. How to forgive enemy? When the Father see the person not as the enemy, the Father see the person as the children of God, then people could forgive, people could love and embrace that person. So how the Father overcame and how really the Mother also love those enemy. Always think God's heart. Then we could overcome those situations, even we could love and embrace the enemy. So have you heard about the story of Yonsei and Ifa University? Maybe you have heard before. And Truffaut gave the speech about those things before. Actually, Truffaut that time, there was many important providence centering on Yonsei and Ifa University. And many young Christian second generation came and they determined to join the movement. Really so touched about divine principle, and they decided to join together with our Truffaut that time around 1955. But what's happened during Yonsei and Ifa University time? Because there is no evidence, the newspaper, media, political leader attacked the father because of cult, because of some kind of the fake news. All people, Father Moon is doing some strange things. The people is dancing without cross, and they are doing so much sexual things. This group is the sexual group. So those things, those fake news, they are created that time the political leader and also the media to attack. Even there is no real evidence and there is all fake things. So because of this fake news, father went to prison. Even of course after 3 months he was released, but because of that, all rumor or bad image was created, and really the father went through the difficult course in 1955. This is Yonsei and Ifa University. So that time father said there is some key figure of this providence. I think maybe vice president or president of Ifa University. So that person totally severely accused and really make so much problem to father. So father was so much difficult and really could not forgive that person. But you know how the father forgave that person? Even father said, even I cannot forgive this person, but when I think the person's mother, surely this person's mother loved this person. That's why I'm not easy to forgive this person. But when I think this person's mother's heart, surely this person's mother forgive this person and love. That's why I will love, I will forgive, and also I embrace. So Father gave those kind of testimony. So when we meet the enemy, when we meet the person who we cannot love, how we will treat them, how we will deal with them, and how we can embrace and love them. So practice of true love is not simple way, but through father, through mother, had shown us how to embrace the enemy. Even meeting the Kim Il-sung also same, right? Kim Il-sung really make the difficult things to our true parents' life, and even many North Korean people were faced the challenging situation at that time. So those person who did in Korean people and also through father, through mother, but through father, through mother went to Hawaii and really pray sincerely, prepare their heart and make clear without any stain, any resentment, and went to North Korea and to meet Kim Il-sung to forgive and embrace and also new start. So loving enemy with true love. The parents showed the standard to us, That's why we could also go to the same way. So mother said, this is only possible when you lead a selfless life. So without individual, without selfishness concept, we could love the enemy. So mother is sharing and also showing us the way. Evil is acting for selfish gain, whereas goodness is to serve others and let go of the memory of having done so. When we give and forget, true love flourishes. We do not run out of love by giving it away. Quite the opposite. True love is a spring that flows in ever greater abundance. When walking the path of love, even when you give something precious, you feel that you did not give enough. Living with true love does not make our prideful. If anything, one feels sorry for not being able to give something even better. So, attribute of true love. Give and give and give and forget. Even invest, even sacrifice, but people feel this is still not enough. They are sorry, I cannot give more than this. This is the true love. Even I gave, even I invest, even I sacrifice for that person, but still I feel I'm so sorry because I cannot give more than this. This is the love. So when we see our life, please compare and please see that giving something to others or receiving from others, which amount is bigger for our life? Always our life is giving to others or our life is to receive from others. When we give something to others, what kind of feeling do we have? And when we give something to others, do we remember for whole life, or we could forget everything? Through our attitude or through our lifestyle, we could also see and reflect our attitude and also our life. True love moves on a secular path. Where it starts or ends, no one knows. Love within limits is not true love. True love is always new, yet is unchanging. Circumstances and environment change, but true love remains. It does not grow old or stale. It is ever fresh in spring, in summer, in autumn and winter, in your youth, your adulthood, and your old age. So true love never change. Even you are become 50 years old, 60, 70 years old, or even your younger time, adulthood time, even spring, even become winter, any kind of time, true love never change. This is the attribute of true love. How we can create those kind of true love and how we can practice true love in our life. So God is showing, true parents showing, and we have this true love, and do we feel this true love? We will find and also we will show this true love to others. True love is the power that unites a man and woman eternally. When you love each other completely, your beloved lives within you and you live within your beloved. True love is the only thing people really are seeking. It transforms every sadness and pain into joy. The whole world programs us to think that when we give something away, it is gone. In true love, however, the more we give, the more we receive. When our mindset changes from wishing to receive love to wishing to give love, the world of peace will be at hand. So true love is really the amazing concept, and true love is really amazing things. Continuously keep giving love, then actually without noticing we are receiving love. This is the principle, and this is the happy, joyful, and peaceful world. Mother said the foreign world programs us to think that when we give something away, it is gone. So is that correct or is that true? When we see the society, how about society? People easy to think. If give something, this is disappearing and losing. If give something, nothing relating with me. This is our foreign world currently. That's what Mother said. Foreign world programs us like this. So how much this is important? We have to change the concept. Because of human fall, the concept from fundamental concept was changed from the beginning of our human history. Giving something, then that thing is losing. This is already programmed in front of inside of our mind and inside of our society and inside of the nation and world and the culture. And how to change this one? Someone try to give with their sincere heart, but if the person who receive from someone, what the people will think? Maybe there is some intention, or maybe there is some reason. What do you think? Maybe you are walking outside, suddenly stranger came to you. This stranger gave you kind of the $10,000 to you. Suddenly, what do you feel? Are you appreciate or are you doubt that person? Anyway, this is some kind of example, but how about currently if some people try to help that person with sincere heart, from bottom of their heart, but people start to doubt and really cannot trust that. And oppositely, if some person try to help that person, then the person try to grant it, try to use that person's sincere heart. That's why some person try to live for others, but that person will be betrayed, or even try to believe that person could not return the belief and trust. So when we see that those society situation, how difficult it is to change our true parents' life, our Jesus' life, true father and true mother, sincerely try to trust the people, love people, try to invest that culture, and now society's environment or attitudes was not like this. That's why those true person try to live in this society. How difficult. And in order to change this society to the original nature, original culture of the world, how difficult. That's why Father said in the crown of glory, even I try to love, even I receive the betray and also things, right? So how we can create the ideal world through Father, through Mother, and our all brothers and sisters. We are coming together with true parents. More than 20, 30, 40 years, we receiving this education. We learn many times about true love, true culture, living for the sake of others and ideal world, to believe and trust and live together. But how much difficult to change this world. But can you imagine those ideal world? If we live for others, people also trust each other. If give each other, that person also try to give to others. If we try to sacrifice, also another person try to sacrifice each other. Love, support, give, and trust, and sacrifice each other for God and for others. How much those nations will be beautiful. How much those world will be beautiful. So we can imagine that when we live those ideal world, how beautiful, how exciting, how much grateful and happy. If we imagine, it will be exciting, right? So now we try to create that nation and world with our heavenly parents and true parents. So Mother said, when our mindset changes from wishing to receive a love to wishing to give love, the world of peace will be at hand. So those words of true mother or true father, this is not just concept. Really, true parents invested, try to change the culture of the society. Really now society's culture is selfishness and doubting. They don't want to doubt maybe. They don't want to hate the people, but already through the experience, through the history, through the environment, no choice to doubt, no choice not to believe, no choice to hate the people. That's why our way, our true parents' way, our heavenly parents' way is changing from bottom of the society, the culture itself, to the original world. So our all and brothers and sisters, we are coming together now. Top leader, religious leader, political leader, or many leader also coming together, centering on true mother. So we also, as the brothers and sisters, as the son and daughter of our heavenly parents, we will totally unite, go forward, and really fulfill this great vision, great dream, and great hope which heavenly parents planned from the beginning, and also giving hope and wishes to even now and the future. So today we are sharing about True Mother's autobiography. Let's also prepare our heart, create new day, and offer the happiness and victory to our heavenly parents and true parents. Thank you, everyone. Once again, 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, Reverend Yutaka, as always, really helping us to see more clearly. I was touched by how Father forgave the prison guard, and how Mother said had to overcome resentment and anger. That must have been so much. Because that was really quite an amazing thing. I have a small story in comparison. I mean, probably many people know that I was bullied when I was growing up, and I remember being completely consumed by my resentment and anger, and I actually planned my revenge. And spent many months thinking and planning how I'd get it. And I actually planned it to have a situation occur where I'd be alone with him on the last day of school, and then I would, take out my resentment and anger on him. And and just that thought, just hearing Mother, Reverend Yutaka read Mother saying that, really had to overcome resentment and anger. And I remember that the opportunity came, and there was the bully in front of me, unaware of how much resentment and anger I had, and how much I was, had to deal with so many issues coming from it. And then at the time, my conscience kicked in, and my conscience prevented me from acting out my revenge. So I didn't hurt him in any way. And then I was flooded with feelings like how to deal with not being a coward. That because I planned so much to do this, was I afraid that he was going to hurt me again? Is that why my conscience came in? And all sorts of things flooded through, and I had to ease myself and convince myself that I wasn't being a coward. I wasn't being afraid. I genuinely was following my conscience, because it was even though he did bully me for many years, I didn't need to seek revenge. And getting to that mindset change, I realized requires me to follow my conscience. Because I often used to think about, how do you get a mindset change? What is a mindset change? And really, it occurred to me that following my conscience helps me to change my mind, that helps me to really act, what is the right thing to do, because I knew it was right artistically to not seek revenge, but the resentment and anger built up for so many years that I remember planning and being very meticulous, and the plan worked, and I had the opportunity, but I didn't do it, and it really did take me actually a year or so to finally settle in my heart that I wasn't a coward and afraid in doing that. And so even though you follow the conscience, you change it because of the selfishness around. You still have to continue following the conscience. It's not just one moment you do something right and then you just slip back into the old ways. The mindset has to be a permanent change. So permanently following the conscience to do the right thing. And actually years later, I met him, the bully, and he didn't remember anything. It was like school was a blur to him. And then I saw his living circumstances and his family circumstances, and I actually started to feel sorry for him that he didn't realize his own dream. So that was also another realization years later that actually helped get rid of that remnant of cowardice and fear by seeing him and then realizing I could actually feel sorry for him. So anyway, that was just a small experience of what Father must have gone through to overcome that resentment and pain and to really forgive, and then to go on and help, when I never helped the bully, but I just felt sorry for him. So anyway, that's experience I had. So thank you. Yes, Doug, go ahead.
Yeah, this morning brings me back to when our movement was really young in America. We had many people who were formerly hippies, anti-war. We had a very divided country. And around 1973, we were joined in a large number of people from the divide, but mostly those who were against the war actually joined our movement. And within a few months, we were asked to support Richard Nixon. And True Parents announced in the newspapers throughout America, forgive, love, and unite, And the victory of our movement at that time was we truly did, I had been working on it even before. It was in my prayers before I even joined the church to understand this man. But in those months, I put my hand around Richard Nixon's neck, outside the White House. And it was, I spoke about that experience before. I actually touched him and I heard God's voice saying, you are forgiven, and more than that. But I'll tell you, our movement was united. Our brothers and sisters prayed beyond their political difference, and it was so beautiful. And we had that for so many years. As we went through the decades, the weight of the providence came upon us so many times, and we went through a lot, And when I look at our movement with at this present time, I often see a great divide, and there's not much unity in so many ways, especially over like political differences, but that's natural. That's part of the healing. There's origin and division and union. God's allowed us to be divided. God's allowed North and South Korea to be divided. These great differences for reasons. And we're in the war for unification, you know. So those divisions that we have been allowed to experience, I think, are happening by heaven's will, so that we can meet and discuss with each other and forgive, love, and unite with each other. Then we finally have union on a very high level, higher than ever before. And of all the challenges I've ever seen our church go through, and there's been so many, this is the worst challenge I've ever seen it go through. That's because we're really fighting for the greatest and the biggest blessing, you know? And if we could unite in prayer, especially at this time, and really talk to each other and forgive, love, and unite, we can help bring about and support things that I felt like are going to have a long time. Since the time of Richard Nixon, the media has been absolutely out of control. They chose to crucify the Son of God, the Lord, true parents. It has been worse and worse and worse. And what we've seen in the last few years has been dramatically worse. And we have this thing, oh, well, you know, it's not polite to talk about religion or politics and things like that. Well, look where that got us, you know. We're so ignorant. We're so afraid. We're so unable to discuss. But God's opening up the door to that. Not only on the religious level where True Father has done, but we can witness inside the world of politics right now. This is something I printed out about 3 years ago. And it says, is the Trump presidency a religious cult? Okay, that's from mainstream media. So the word cult should not scare us or Trump if it is thrown around. It only points to out the problem of fanaticism when discussions are stopped by use of such inflammatory words. The left is desperate on its last legs. The media circus began in a number of ways over the time period when Reverend Moon was evangelizing the world. Every time the media uses the word cult, we will be finally understood by people who fell for that BS. They will look more clearly at what the Unification Church actually did and are saying. I feel it helps to understand that the media moguls of the 70s are on public record to have conspired to destroy Reverend Moon and his Unification Church. The CEO of Time Warner at that time openly talked about it in Time magazine. Every sordid thing, every half-truth, every lie was thrown out on our wall, and the dirt stuck like glue to us for 50 years. I'll just read that small section. So politically speaking, we've seen the same thing happen with this presidency. And he's being given a taste of what True Father and True Parents have endured. And we've all watched that. So I'm just hoping and praying that no matter what our different political sides, let's come together and really pray, because there's no guarantee, you know, who actually, we have to pray that good can really come forward. And it's really good if we can unite beyond our differences and learn how to discuss and talk without arguing. You know, there's a lot of bad things that have been said on both sides. I mean, especially on online groups. We just have to forgive, love, and unite, and mostly really pray that someone like can rise up and defend Reverend Moon and say and declare in the political world what True Parents have accomplished. So it's just an amazing thing, and it's all connected from Richard Nixon to this moment and even more. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you. We still have time for a couple more to share. Yes, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, morning, John. Can you hear me okay? I'm quite a way away from my computer.
Yeah, it sounds okay.
Yeah, look, I just thought, yeah, thank you for that testimony. And this is through the reading when the part about Father saving the Japanese man, and I'm gathering that man was not a member of our church. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. So I wondered, well, why? Straight away I asked in my mind, why wouldn't you join the church after a guy saves your life? And then the answer came quite quickly, because of your ancestry. So then, like you said, projecting that out just quickly as I'm listening, I really feel that Heavenly Parent wants me to say we have to be grateful for our ancestry. You know, so that amazing thing happened to him, very powerful. As you gave your testimony, John, I am connecting it to that, because these are powerful, unforgettable memories. And it would have influenced his life, but he still didn't join the movement. And we have to be grateful. We think we're just common people, but we really have to be grateful that our ancestry has been the main influence in our life. And please don't project that I'm saying there's no one prepared out there. No, there are hundreds of prepared people too, and their ancestry is waiting for us to reach out. But that was the quick answer I got just in seconds from Heavenly Parent. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Yes, Debbie, go ahead. Oh, and then Mr. Arai. First Debbie, then Mr. Arai. Thank you.
You know, I do aged care and also take care of people with disabilities. And this last year, I had a man, a Chinese man named Johnny Chu. He's now passed away, but he was disabled, and he was so cruel to me. He would insult me. He would make me squeeze his rags, and even now I'm trying to heal my hands from that, you know, and he was ruthless towards me. And I thought, okay, this is a taste of what Father's experienced, you know. And one day I was dusting his bookcase, and he had an autobiography of Father in his bookcase. And I said to him, I said, "Where did you get this?" And he said, "Why do you want to know?" "Why?" I said, "Well, because I've been a member of this man's church since I was 21 years old. And he goes, I don't know, like that, you know. But he passed away about 3 or 4 months ago. And I thought to myself, wow, I really, like you, could taste, you know, that kind of persecution. You know, I was really like, I had to take care of him for months and months like that. You know, it's just awful. But anyway, yeah, I think we all need to taste something, you know, to really understand what true Father went through. I mean, that was anyway, that's all.
Yeah, thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Arai, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, John's small testimony. Grateful. I attended yesterday IOC. I saw many people. It's a wonderful preparation, and Greg's also wonderful moderator, Ada, and also many 16 speakers from many areas. So actually people are considering and praying importance of reunification of Korea greatly. Quite many people realize that is one of the biggest, you know, things to be happen, and we pray. Then one of our professor from India, Mr. Lama, he expressed there are hard power and soft power, and the importance of soft power. Then moderator says UPF is one of the champion of the soft power. Then actually, many people concern pray, but I think like today is true love. I think it's to parents has really show that victorious true love. I think without this kind of concept, victorious foundation, I
No. Oh, yes. Without that victorious foundation, we can't continue. Yes. We're actually getting, he's gone.
come back again. Sorry.
Good.
So the need were positive excitement. There are also negative excitement. Then look at Korea overall is a positive excitement. So if Kobe hit the Korea, but they could survive. But if it hit the North Korea, it's not sure. This kind of, but really many people pray for that. And I thanked all of the people who supported this event. I was so excited. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Rai. Thank you. And it's now time for us to pray together, and we have many things we can pray about. I'll just share the screen. So let's begin. Arju, Arju, Arju. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day and see you tomorrow. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye bye.
Bye, Kathy.
Bye,
Blessed
Auntie Cindy.
day.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.